Hi, we're doing a full body workout today with 5-pounders, and it's gonna be 30-second intervals, so you know you can do this with me. So the first exercise is calling upon our balance. It's a kick and a crossover. You kick, and then you cross it over that other toe. So it's some good balance. We're up nice and tall. Keep that frame like a true ballerina. Good job. We're gonna do about 15 minutes of cardio and weightlifting, and then we'll do 15 minutes of yoga. 30-second intervals of everything. Oh, and I will do some fun facts about your hands. You'll be surprised at some of these answers. Now, let's do jumping jacks, low impact first to get warmed up. So keep these going. And we're doing 30-second intervals. Like I said, you're gonna keep it going. Now, you know, we need about a half hour every day of exercise, at least. So the good news is, you can do the first 15 minutes of cardio and weightlifting, and then come back tonight and do the last 15 minutes of yoga with me later. So you can break it up. And you know how fast 15 minutes goes. All right, we're picking up the weights next. So now it's a lunge and an overhead press. I got 5-pounders. So you put one leg out, so get the lunges going. And now we're going to do a lunge and an overhead press and push it back. Lunge, overhead press. Again, can you feel the balance involved here? You have to really concentrate on what you're doing. A lunge and an overhead press. Let's get 3 more. Lunge, overhead, and a lunge, overhead, good, and one more, lunge, overhead, put those down, and now we are skiing side to side. Another fun fact, which hand does more work on the keyboard? So if you're doing, you know, QWERTY keyboard, which hand do you think is doing the most work when we do that? All right, next are fan bicep curls. Hold on to the weights. We do bicep curl front, middle, and out to the side a little bit. And then you bring it back in and all the way in front. Good, keep the feet moving, good. So your left hand does 56% of the work when you're typing on a QWERTY keyboard. Keep breathing, we're warmed up now. Put those down. Side kick, side to side, get it going, kick it side to side. I just got a click out of my hip. So that's back where it belongs. And lean it side to side. Now you might be going slower than me, or you might not be kicking as high. It's all good. As long as your body's moving for 15 minutes, and then we do yoga for 15 minutes, that's what we need to burn calories and to stay healthy, right? All right, front lifts with the weights. Engage abs, and we lift and lower. Knees are a little bit bent, by the way. Thanks so much for doing this workout with me. You are so good. Lift and lower. Keep it going, good. Woo. Another fun fact, which finger are you most likely to break? Think about it. This one was an easy one. Well, of course, it is the pinky, because the pinky is just kind of hanging out there. It's got, the bones are just the size of a pencil, so that breaks pretty easily. Okay, single leg hops, watch this. You jump side to side on one leg, good, and keep that going. This is guaranteed to burn a few calories. Tiny bit of impact here, so good for you. And then we're gonna go back and do these exercises again. And anytime you need a drink, get one. I got my water sitting over there. Okay, keep it going. Now we do the kick and the cross. It's a kick and tap. And kick and tap. Kind of like the Rockettes in New York City. Kick and tap. Woo, little balance involved, good. Arms can be out at your side. Kick and tap it over. Kick and tap it. You got this. Heart rate is up. That means we're working the most important muscle in our body, the heart. So it keeps us young and fit. So if we, and jumping jacks now. So when you do have grandkids or children, you can keep up with them, right? Nothing like a 3-year-old who wants to run around the room 100 miles an hour. You better be able to keep up with them. Good breathing, keep it going. Are you doing high or low impact? Which one did you choose today? All right, come on. We get a little tiny rest for 30 seconds. Woo, march speed bag. How fast can you get your arms going? Look, go as fast as you can without punching yourself in the nose. Good. Faster, faster. Get ready to pick up the weights. Lunge, overhead press coming up. 3 and 2 and 1. Pick up the weights. Lunge, overhead press. Lunge, push it up. And lunge, push it up. You got this, good. I love it. And it's so good for the legs because, you know, bikini weather, short skirt weather is coming up. So it helps to have the legs all strong and looking good, right? It only takes a little bit of effort. Put those down. And skiing side to side. Woo, let's play with the arms, add the arms in. Kind of like a twisting action here. See if you can hit your elbow to your hips each time. Woo, keep it going, come on, breathe. Are you sweating yet? Keep it going, and then we're gonna pick up the weights and do our bicep curls. I call them fan bicep curls because they're front, a little out to the side, and a little more out to the side. Middle, front. Woo, keep it going. Oh, another fun fact. Now this one surprised me. How many muscles are in each of your fingers? I know you're looking at your hands right now, aren't you? How many muscles? They do so much, these fingers. How many muscles are in them? All right, side kicks. This one surprised the heck out of me. And of course, I've studied anatomy all my life, but I never really concentrated on what was right in front of me. There are no muscles in the fingers. The fingers are operated by muscles in your palms, your wrist, and your forearm. And they're connected with tendons. So that's what makes our fingers move around. I thought that was a pretty cool one to find out. Where are we? Front lifts. We get the weights. Let's alternate the front lifts this time. So it's lift and then the other lift. We gotta have a full 30 seconds though, right? Lift and lift. Woo, burning the calories. Good lifting. Come on, you got this. I love it. Squeeze your buns back there while you're standing there. Abs are holding on for dear life. Doing great. Keep it going. Couple more. We got single leg hops coming up, so put the weights down now. And little single leg hops. Side to side. I'm doing a double hop on each one now. Good. Now, see if you can add a little space between the hops. Really get across the floor there. All right, we're doing great. So as you can see, I don't know if you can see them in the background, we still have the poinsettias. Now, kick across, lift and tap, lift and tap. My husband will not let me get rid of the darn poinsettia plants. I said, honey, the flowers are falling off and they have those little tiny sticky berries. They're falling on the floor. He said, oh no, why throw them out? I said, well, because they're a hot mess and I have to clean them up. So I said, all right, keep them, but I'm not cleaning up anymore after these darn poinsettia plants. All right, we got jacks, go. So what are the chances of two right-handed parents having a left-handed child? What do you think the chances are? I thought this was kind of interesting. 10%. And of course, if both parents are left-handed, they have more like a 30 to 40% chance of having a left-handed child. All right, where are we? Speed bag. Oh, let's march it out, speed bag. Now let's switch the speed bag to go the other direction. Try to keep it fast. Now the object of the speed bag is to strengthen the shoulders, and it's great for coordination too. Faster, faster. Good, and lunge overhead press. Get your weights. This time let's change it up. Let's do the press first and then lunge it forward. It's an overhead press. It's a lunge the other leg. So we're alternating legs. Woo! Keeping the heart rate up. These interval training sessions that you do with me are terrific for burning calories. So you can either go and run for like a whole hour or do these quick intervals. You get about the same results. That's the good news. Side kicks. Lean your whole body over to the side. See if you can kick parallel to the floor. Now, I've been a kickboxing instructor for like 30 years, I guess, so I'm used to kicking up high. And it's good for self-defense if you ever had to defend yourself. Let's do the skis. Thank God I never had to use it to defend myself. But it is nice if you know how to throw a punch when you need to. All right, we got these hops. Let's get the elbows touching the hips again. We're gonna pick up the weights. Come on, keep these jumps going, blah. And get your weights, bicep curls. We got it front, side, and side. And then center and center. Good. So we're putting that little bit of an angle on the shoulders. Good, keep this marching. So weight loss is all about, a lot about diet. All right, we got side kicks. So the thing about weight loss, you've got to eat less calories. And you hope to have it be healthy stuff that you're eating. Exercise is good, also for weight loss, but exercise is mainly good because it keeps the muscles and bones strong. And guess what? It keeps us good upstairs too. Now back to the front lifts. Exercise gets oxygen into our brains. Let's lift both of these out in front, keep the wrist straight. So exercise is beneficial for so many things. You gotta do it. I mean, it's not a luxury, right? I know I make time every day for a half hour, or at least 5 days a week. And it's not that hard to fit it in. I'm talking you go for a walk, you go for a jog, whatever, lift a few weights. All right, single leg hops. Hop it out side to side. We got 1 more minute left, the clock says. So that went fast. So are you gonna stay with me now to do the yoga? You've got another 15 minutes. Or do you wanna come back and do it later? It's nice to do the yoga before bed because it gives us a chance to stretch and to relax a little bit. Body awareness. All right, we're doing the kick and cross it over 1 more time. Think Rockettes, hold on to the girl next to you. Radio City Music Hall. I remember my parents taking us there when we were kids for the Christmas show, and it was always such a great treat. All right, last one. Woohoo! Get a drink of water, and we will head to the mat and get some yoga done next. Let's do some very challenging standing yoga poses, and we will start with just a mountain pose. Let's just start in mountain. Let me move the chair over. Ooh. So yeah, I love yoga because it helps us stretch and it also helps us focus on ourselves for a change. Let's hold these poses for about 30 seconds. So let's just take the mountain pose, which means you're just standing nice and tall, shoulders are down your back. Let's turn the palms open And just think about the present moment. Come on here with me. And if you did the 15 minutes of cardio and weights, feel the effects of that beautiful exercise. And think about what you did today. You did some good things. I know you did. Those are the things we have to remember. And then let's put those thoughts up on a shelf, in a box, and we'll get back to everything later. We're bringing our present exercise, we're bringing ourselves to the present for this exercise. So let's do our big inhale up, exhale, hands to your sides, and let's go into a warrior two pose to get started. I got right leg forward and bent, and just gaze out over the fingers. Enjoy the strength here. Allow yourself to feel strong, because you are. Allow yourself to feel the stretching and the stillness. Focusing on yourself right now. Inhale and exhale. Turn that front palm and let's bring it up for a peaceful warrior. You can touch the back leg for support or just let it float. See if you can look up at the ceiling for an extra challenge on balance, or you can look at the floor, that's easier. Enjoy that nice side body stretch there. Ah, feels so good. Woo! Peaceful warrior. Front knee still bent. Inhale, exhale, bring that elbow to that side and that arm goes up. And again, try looking up at the ceiling. Stay there, feel the stretch in that hip and that side body. Nice breathing. Let's inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhale. Exhale. Let's push the back foot forward so that we come to a chair pose. So let's bring the elbows by your ears and lift your toes up a little bit. You can wiggle your toes. Shoulders are down your back. Good strength. Feel the strength in those legs. So beautiful. Breathe. And then we come up, mountain pose for a moment, and we'll go right into our Empress pose. Toes go out to the sides. Let's touch middle finger and thumb and bring it down to a little plie here. Chin is up. Let's squeeze shoulders together back there for a nice chest stretch and upper back strengthener. Let's add movement to our Empress pose. So now we're going to take the arms side to side. Good, just sway it out, nice and easy. Go at your own pace. You might be going faster than me or slower. Side to side, keeping the rib cage lifted. Beautiful, everybody. Feel the side body stretch and the balance. And bring that center. Let's take our warrior two pose over this side. So the front toe is pointing forward, back toe is out to the side. Gaze out over the fingers. Allow your arms to be strong here. Breathe, inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. And turn that palm forward up to the ceiling and lean it on back for peaceful warrior. You can have hand on your hip, leg, or floating if you want the extra challenge for core strength. Beautiful stretch here. Shoulders are relaxed. Front knee bent. Inhale. Exhale, let's bring that top elbow over and we do the side body stretch on this side. See if you can look up. Now with this pose, you can even play with the hip. You can pull the hip, I'm exaggerating, you can pull the hip under and feel an extra stretch. Elbow is right over the ear, so your heart center is facing outwards. inhale, exhale. Let's push off this back foot and come to chair pose again. This time, let's take our chair and press arms back and give a little pelvic tilt under for that low back stretch. Now bring it a little deeper. Good. Shoulders are down, your back not up by the ears, because we are not stressed out right now. Breathe. And then we push on through, and let's take a tree pose. Let's take a big inhale, cleansing breath. Look up, exhale, and we lift the right foot up. You can place it on your calf, or you can place it up above the knee and just balance. I'm starting the 30-second timer now. Good balancing. Let's straighten the arms. Actually hug the muscle to the bone, like make a fist with your arms. Nice strong arms, just for a moment. Feel my leg is slipping. Keep that leg up there. Inhale and exhale. Both feet are on the ground now. Let's take hands to heart center for a moment and do a little press with hands pushing against each other. That keeps blood pressure up. So if you have low blood pressure, this will help. If you get dizzy anytime, you push hands together. And let's take that mountain tree pose on the other side. So decide where you want to go. It could be the calf, or more challenging on the upper leg. You just want to avoid putting your foot, of course, directly on the side of your knee, because that's a joint that does not need any more pressure on it. Let's turn palms up and let's move the arms. Let's bring them, tap hands up overhead and bring them back down. Little clap at the top and down. Beautiful. Maintain that nice frame and bring that down. Good. And then let's take a big inhale up. Let's try a baby back bend. It looks like this. Inhale, look up, baby back bend. Exhale, let's do a swan dive forward, all the way down, maybe hands on shins. I like to touch the floor. Stay there, relax your head, neck, and shoulders. Ah, nice stretch. You can bend the knees. And then let's try a flat back. So hands on the shins, shoulders slide down your back, and just look at the floor directly in front of you. Really squeeze those shoulders down your back. Great opportunity to strengthen the back. And let's bring that back to a ragdoll. Bend the knees, cross the arms in front, and just let it all hang out. So we're just hanging here. It's called ragdoll. And you can sway back and forth, cross the arms. Let your head be heavy. And we're going to slowly roll it up. Take your time. Press hands together. Head comes up last. Keep pressing. And let's go back to our warrior poses. Warrior 2 on this side. Nice and tall, gaze out. Ready to take on whatever comes our way. Shoulders relaxed. And if your mind wanders away, bring it back to focus on yourself. Bring it back to the breath. Think about breathing. Let's turn that front palm up. Peaceful warrior one more time. Look up to the ceiling. Maybe float the back hand. Inhale. Stay there. Exhale. We're going to go back to warrior 2 this time. So bring it forward, back to warrior 2. Gaze out for a moment. And then we're going to go ahead and straighten that front leg as much as you can. And lean it over to the side. So touch your shin and see if you can get that other hand to go straight up towards the ceiling. Now maintain that heart center shining out in front of you. Beautiful. So you may want to bend both knees, or for the extra stretch, you're keeping them straight. Maybe try coming down further. There's our timer. Come on up, use your core strength. Good, and then we bring it to here. Let's point toes forward now. Both toes point forward. And we're gonna take a forward bend. So put hands above your legs here and just come on over. And lean over. It's a wide leg forward fold. Hands maybe touch the floor. Again, feel free to bend the knees. Now let's take little mini squats. So we're going to come down and then press back up again. It's down and up. Let your head hang. Let's get one more. Come all the way up. Let's press hands together to keep blood pressure up. And let's take all that onto the other side. Warrior two. Maintain your focus. Maintain the beautiful breathing. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Enjoying this time all by yourself with me along for the ride. Thank you. Let's turn that top palm and take the peaceful warrior one more time. Lift it up, stretch it back. I'm gonna float the hand back there. Enjoy the nice bend of the knee in front. Stay there, breathing. Inhale. And exhale back to warrior two just for a moment. There's our warrior two. And now we're going to straighten that front leg. And let's take that to our triangle pose. So you lean on over, look up maybe at the ceiling. You can play with that. You can look at the floor and see how easy that is. And then look up at the ceiling and try not to fall over. I'm going to take this hand all the way to the floor because I've been doing yoga for 20 years. And you're maintaining that beautiful heart center shining forward towards the camera here, towards your monitor. And now engage core, and we're gonna come back up to warrior two. And let's straighten that leg. Both toes come forward one more time. And let's take that wide leg stretch, except this time, let's clasp hands in back. And feet are wide and chin is forward. Come on forward and forward fold, relax. Breathing. Now let your hands bring you back up. So the hands start to move down your back. You're coming back up. And if you do get dizzy, remember to press hands together in front and bring feet together and mountain pose. Let's try warrior three for good strength and balance. So let's step onto the right foot first. And hands can be back first. You can stay here, you can lift here, you can lift here, or you can get the arms. A full expression of the pose is arms out, leg out, but you do what you can. Don't expect to be able to do this if it's the first or third time you've been doing yoga. Balancing is tough. Breathe, inhale, exhale, both feet come together, and let's take that onto the other foot. So now we're gonna stand on the left foot, start to lean over, hands can be back. We start out in an airplane pose, we call it, and then maybe arms come out in front. The strength that this pose creates is so amazing. Not just the balance, but your glutes are working, your buns, your shoulders are working, your abs, even your feet are working. And slowly bring that down. Let's try Empress pose one more time. So we're putting feet out that way, and we're gonna sink down into a nice plie. Let's touch middle finger, thumb, and let's do our little tiny squats here. You're doing great. Thanks for doing this with me. So if you did this entire video, the whole half hour, you've done everything. It's been great. You've gotten your cardio, you got your weight training, all in a half hour. It really is possible. Let's finish up our Empress pose. Turn off the beeper. Thanks for doing this workout with me. Namaste.